Hey guys, I'm Andrei, a certified translator and a real estate concierge. It appears that the responsibilities of concierge are really without limit. And it appears there is a risky gentleman who wishes to build a frame house in the style of a barn house. Picture comes here. To recreate in summertime, have some barbecue and everything. We are in a place without name. For you, generally, it's just a summer house community. The place like a dacha community. And that place consists of fairly questionable, if not to say strange, Soviet type architecture pieces, plus some modern buildings with all the comforts. So ranging from, VIP up till a dog booth kind of thing. Just there behind there's a good neighbor. I'm not sure how good he is. We will find out when we bring in the destruction machinery. And back over here with two sheds in the back there is my client's property. The summer house community has its own peculiarities. Maybe we'll shoot a video about this. Maybe we'll just spill some things over here in this video because it's going to be long. There will be a series of basically building a house with a little remark. It's being built not in a village, not in a town, but in a summer house community. And the first positive thing is the summer house community has no limits or restrictions, unlike in the Soviet times when you couldn't have second floor, you couldn't have cellar. Today you can have everything, or almost everything, at least so they tell me. So the provisional introduction to the accountant, who knows about things, got us the knowledge that we can just cheerfully bulldoze it away from the face of the earth and build our own stuff. And my major effort over here by far, on top of fixing all the appropriate documentation, there's ownership documentation, there is a power of attorney in my name to do whatever I please, agreed with the clients of course, desires and plans, and conjure up a nice little thing out of this land lot. I'll put the size over here. It's going to be a frame house. It's going to be disconnected from the existing electricity connection, which is a challenge of its own because nobody knows where the cable is, and the water supply, for which the chairman of the community living two buildings behind has some idea of where it is. And basically getting things lined up before winter time, getting a nice, neat, clear building patch without these charming apple trees, by the way, sadly, but that's how it is. And build a frame house within several months, if weather is permitting. It's going to be a challenging thing, it's going to be a cool adventure, and we'll be taping it all from the client's consent. Again, the place and the client, traditionally, will remain nameless. This is Andrei, cheers from Belarus, Minsk, and thank you for following the channel. More is coming. A little bit of a cultural injection over here. The man who was the owner of this place was a solid Soviet guy. And being a Soviet solid guy, he was forced by life itself to get ready for all sorts of hardships of life. And this includes having a garage, which unfortunately does not have an almost zero mileage new Lada from the Soviet days. I almost visualized myself at the South base, trying to auction it away, but no joy. That's an empty garage, which takes some headache off my head. And the house has a cellar. I'm not sure how old this place is and how legal it was in the Soviet Union, if it's a Soviet era house to have a cellar, but there is a goddamn cellar. And unfortunately, it's put some extra pressure on our destruction effort. The construction guys could recommend us some demolition people, but I decided to go on my own and run a little tender to find the best guy. And we got several quotations, which range from $3,000 to $5,000 to get this all smashed away and basically carried away by trucks. And while generally this is a very, very, very rough quotation, the guy who made most sense, that's $3,000 guy, said that realistically it all depends on how many trucks roll out of here with the stuff loaded on top of them. So we'll prep the territory as much as we can, like scrapping metal. We got rid of a pretty annoying net fence and a greenhouse over here. Probably the rose flower I'm taking away with me. I'm not sure if you can picture it. I'll put the picture here. I hope the rose flower will have a new life. And so will be the case with the house over here. We'll document the demolition part. Stay in touch.